Welcome everybody, this is Jason and the name of this workshop is Positive Thinking Part 2. It's about posing with objects. And a little disclaimer, I'm sorry I forgot to record during the live workshop, so this is done after the fact and I'm just going to do like a really high level overview of the materials that we covered in the workshop. So let's get started. The first step in creating a pose with an object, a chair, sofa, table, etc., is to extract an OBJ template of the object that can be used in Milkshape. So we open our object in SimPE, then select the GMDC in the resource tree and again in the resource list. Then in the GMDC's plugin, we're looking for export. We click on export. We export the mesh to a project folder and give it a unique name. And now we're ready to make the pose. Articulating the pose. We open Milkshape, and then we open one of the posing templates as we did in the first workshop. Don't enter animation mode yet. We select File, Import, Wavefront OBJ, and we import the object template. From here, we can use the template as a guide to articulate the new pose. Then when you're done, select Animate, Set Keyframe, and save the file in Milkshape so that you can edit it later. And as soon as you set keyframe, the skeleton turns yellow just as it did last week. From there, we select File, Export, Sims to ANIM Exporter, and we give the pose a unique name with no spaces. Make sure that body animation is selected in the ANIM type dropdown. Leave the other options as they are and export the ANIM. So to put this into practice, we open our animation template just as we did before. But before we enter into animation mode, we go File, Import, Wavefront OBJ. And then we select small table. And there we go. Then we enter ANIM mode. And we're ready to articulate the pose. Once the pose has been articulated, making sure that we're in ANIM mode, we go File, Export, Sims to Animesh Exporter. And I'm just going to export over this one here. Save right over that. Leave the options as they are. Make sure body animation is selected in the dropdown and we export. And that's it for Milkshape. Now in SimPE, because there's already an ANIM in the pose box, because we added that last week, we just select ANIM in the resource tree. Once again in the resource list, and this time we select clone in the dropdown. Then we select the cloned resource in the resource list, right click and replace. We select the ANIM that we just exported. Yes. We save, and you can see that once we replace the resource here, it's got the same instance and instance high values. So then what we need to do is go Tools, Object Tools, Fix Integrity. We don't change any names in the SceneGraph rename wizard here. We don't click Update, we just click OK. And now instantly we have a new instance high and instance value. Then we save, and we grab in the file name box, we just grab the animation name without the underscore in ANIM, and we copy it. Go to our ANIM's adult str. That is, if you're looking at the instance number, it's 81. We go to the first available space here. We paste the name of the ANIM like so. I already did this in the workshop, so it's already set up. Then we would commit the str and save. From there, we would go to the behave. In this example, I'm already using the test pose box that I uploaded to our resource post in the Discord. But if you were doing it on your own, you would just select one of the active poses in the resource tree here, or sorry, the resource list. Clone. Give it a unique instance number, and then in the first or command line 1 here, you would change the animation number like so that it points to the name of the new pose. But as we've already done that, we don't need to do that. I'm checking the one named Big Kahuna here, and we can see that it points to Big Kahuna, so we're good to go. Next, we go to the t-test. We select the t-test in the resource list. We enter Big Kahuna here. That's the name of the pose. Commit and save. And we move on to the t-tab. In the t-tab, we select, well, in this case, because it's already configured, but if it weren't here, we would add a line here. We would just select one of the existing ones, click add, and then change the numbers here. Here, our pie menu string is 5, Big Kahuna, and our behave is 1005, so we know that we're pointing to the correct behave. And we would just commit and save the t-tab, and that's it. We're ready to test. Okay, so now here we are. We've got the sim set up. He's on the same tile as the table, and we're testing the pose. This is the one called Big Kahuna. And what do you know? And here, as a little bonus, because we showed Vey, the title card, riding around on this big, massive motorcycle, I found this girl bike model, and I extracted it so that the folks in the workshop could follow along. And we're just going to test the girl bike pose here before I finish up. Oh. And there you have it. That is how to pose with objects as templates. Hope you enjoyed it.